EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Silicon Valley. And with a foghorn sounding behind us, that can only mean one thing, and that is it's time for football at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Here now is Cam Little out to get us started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
A tough time a season ago, his team missed the playoffs for the first time in his career. But he does remain one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. He's completed over 67% of his passes for his career. We know he's efficient. Now he wants to be spectacular and get his team back to the big game.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Purdy looking to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And we've seen the flashes throughout his 4 years in the league, but he's coming off an injury-riddled season where he only played 10 games. Has to eliminate the costly turnovers at 52 in 4 seasons, and he's hoping the new coach Liam Cohen can unlock his untapped potential, and it has to happen right now.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Jacksonville.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And this is 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Lawrence on the sneak. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Here's more on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
18. That's good for a 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The got McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Purdy off the play fake. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, and said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He finds Robinson. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Lawrence. Quick slant to Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here. And they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
Now Lawrence to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He's got Thomas yet again, complete. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. first and 10. It's Etienne. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
Gain of 22 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. No gain on the screen there at second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's second and 10. Lawrence will throw. Etienne bringing in another one. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A good pickup there at 22.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Tootin diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Play action. Now Purdy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There's that man, Travis Hunter. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Here's Lawrence. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
First down.
ETN up the middle. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
He's brought down in the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Second and 6. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive they started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And Jennings will go in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep, but instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it will result in a fresh set of downs.
A great job there, and that old cliche, take it where the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Purdy now to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Demarcus Robinson, 42 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Straight ahead, ETN. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Lawrence on the sneak. And he is going to have a Jags first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about the different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. Lawrence now off the bootleg. A short throw taken in by Long. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And to throw again is Lawrence. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
Brown the motion man right. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Purdy looking to throw. Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play action here. Purdy. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Purdy. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hanson with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, they'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
There's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Throw right side, pulled in by Hunter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. On play action, Lawrence. That's complete to Parker Washington. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 56 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
And they'll run with ETN. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Once more, ETN, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
So backed up to the 6 now, 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's got it. It's Thomas for a Jacksonville touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
49ers 10.
That time a 6-play drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 2nd down and 8. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. You're going to call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And now out come the Jags. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
Going quickly here to Thomas. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely 1st down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Lawrence to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the 1st. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Thomas has got it. Complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence. And he is caught. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. Here's 2nd and 7. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
A gain of 6 on the play. And this is 3rd down.
Well, they're going to bring in some extra bulk here for 3rd and a yard. Lawrence on the sneak. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Jaguars.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. This will be caught by Brown. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
At the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 18 yards for Travis Etienne. And the Jags add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
My foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. Oh, what a juke into space. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw off the play action. They'll find Farrell open left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
As a 49er, first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. Purdy from the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Out of the gun, Purdy. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the 21, it's second and 10. Purdy will look to throw again here. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Niners are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Shotgun now with Purdy. And this one too low.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Here's Purdy. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Luke Farrell, a 5-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. And normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Purdy now to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Now Purdy. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. This duo locked in 14 yards there and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 3. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Purdy, big 4th down play. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down. Trailing in the 4th quarter, they got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Purdy. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
That's another 49er. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Forced out to it. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Brock Purdy, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Niners have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Back to throw, Lawrence. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing now, Lawrence. Washington's gone. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Over the middle, open is Thomas. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run the option left with Lawrence. He's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 26 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. Taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth-quarter comeback, able to hold on, though.
It certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.